This is Bucerias, Mexico. Bucerias is this small fishing village that won't be small for very much longer, but still has that authentic charm. If you're wondering about the climate, it's the same as it is in Iowa right now. It's hot and humid, but not terribly so. There's a beautiful breeze coming off the ocean. As long as you find some shade and hit the pool between 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going to be fine. The nights are wonderful. They get down in the mid-80s. Bucerias has about 5 miles of beaches that you can just walk along all day. It's a gorgeous place on Banderas Bay, just north of Puerto Vallarta. Highly recommend this little beach town. I'm on 2 different missions this week. Number 1 is I want to try to find the best taco possible. But number 2, I want to connect with people and practice my Spanish. So I'm using both. I've been engaging the people that live here, trying to learn more about them, and also asking for advice on where to find things in this amazing town, this amazing Pueblo Mágico. I didn't come to Bucerias to escape to a resort and not see the local culture. I came to connect. And the best way to do this is to try to test my Spanish skills. You'll see what happens when you step out of your comfort zone and truly try to connect with people in their language. Yesterday was my first day in Bucerias, and it didn't disappoint. I had several only Spanish conversations with a lot of people in Bucerias. Right now I'm sitting along the beach, just half a block from my hotel, and giving you the updates of what my journey was like. It started out in the airport with the taxi ride and negotiating the taxi, but taxistas are the best Spanish conversation practice people that I've found, because they're captive. They're not going anywhere. So I had a great conversation with a man that's been driving taxis for 30 years. He's very appreciative that I could speak the language, and we had a very long conversation about what we both did in the place. He lives nearby here, just about 30 minutes away from Bucerias, and he was born here. The weather is starting to clear. It was a little bit cloudy this morning, but now you're able to see the mountains on both sides of Banderas Bay, and I'm really enjoying my first day here in Bucerias. Good morning. It's a really spectacular day in Bucerias, Mexico on Banderas Bay. The clouds cleared up. It's a clear blue day, no clouds. So hopefully we have good weather all day. Last night I befriended one of my waiters from earlier in the day. I was his only customer for the day, so I bought him a couple beers and we had a great conversation in Spanish at Jack's, which is one of the local places that had a band. The other thing I liked about Jack's was they had, well, probably every third song was a song in Spanish, rather than just doing cover tunes, which is fantastic to see. I really like it when it's a little more authentic that way. I had a great day today. It was a beautiful, gorgeous day. The temperature was perfect. It wasn't too hot. But as far as practicing Spanish, I got to buy a couple souvenirs. I hung out at the beach bar for a little bit and talked about things in Spanish, which was great. I went and had tacos birria, and was able to converse with the owner and the cook, which was fantastic. I ordered ice cream. I stopped by another hotel who welcomed me in and showed me their new rooms and how clean they were and all the setup and the pool, and that was in Spanish. So it was a great day for learning Spanish. I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to practice. I don't think I'm reaching anymore. I think this at least seems conversational. I'm also practicing some parts of Spanish that I didn't have access to before, so this has been great. Right now I'm going to walk downtown and enjoy the rest of the day. I'm going to rave about having tacos for breakfast. I found tacos birria Herrar, which everybody has recommended so far. It's been one of the best. Like everybody that I've talked to, people would write the name down for me and show me where it was. Now, they had moved locations, so yesterday when I tried to go find it and I had to cross the crazy highway, it was just super busy, and got there and the road's under construction and they're nowhere to be found. Today, I asked the person at the hotel desk in Spanish, where I can find them, and she says, no, they've moved. She tried to call them a couple times, and that didn't happen. Finally, she said, I think it's over here about a block closer. And so I went and explored that area and walked along, and sure enough, it was even better. It was on my side of the highway, so I didn't have to cross the crazy highway. Anyhow, I found tacos birria and for breakfast, and that was the best tacos I've ever had. They say they serve 1,000 tacos a day, and I don't know what they do. It's just delicious. They say they cook the meat for 5 hours. I watched them use the consommé to flavor the tortillas and cook them up fresh, and they had the tortillas had the consistency of like egg rolls, but it's so soft meat inside. It was just really delicious. I went and explored Zona Dorada, which is the Golden Zone, which is south of the Kissing Bridge, and that area had a lot of art galleries, a lot of murals. And most of the hotels are over in that area, but I think that's changing because there's a lot of construction in this area. There was also an afternoon downpour, which I hung out underneath a tent. I'd just gone out to get some ice cream and found Michoacana, which is a franchise ice cream place, but they had these coconut popsicles that were to die for. But when the rain started, I dashed under one of their tents on the street, and I just hung out there for maybe an hour until the rain subsided. As you can imagine, things get a little slippery because it's all stone streets in town, so you have to be a little bit careful. I can't say how much I recommend this place. I mean, it's really easy to get to. It's probably the more authentic experience, but as I've noticed, there's a lot of high-rise construction happening. There's 3 or 4 cranes dotting the skyline where they're putting up multi-story condominiums. So this place isn't going to stay the same for long, but it's super authentic. People are super nice. My progress this week has been nothing short of amazing. I'm having conversations. I'm using tenses that I don't normally use. This morning I talked to the guys at the taco stand, and I said, I tried in past tense to find your location yesterday on the other side of the highway, and they smiled. They knew exactly what I was saying. So I'm getting more comfortable and being able to express thoughts and ideas that I didn't think I was able to before. So this is my lesson to you, and bringing you along with this journey is that you should be able to learn also. Just because you're over 50 doesn't mean that you don't have any ability to learn Spanish. And it doesn't mean you can't travel here and have a great time and really connect with people.
¿Listo para ordenar?
Sí, me da un desayuno, Karen.
Sí, claro.
Lluvia.
Pensé, pero no.
No sé. Posible La Palma. No sé.
Parece que sí. Desayuno, Karen.
Estamos sensitivos con la lluvia.
Sí.
Sí,
vamos.
hace frío. Huevos revueltos.
Revueltos, claro que sí.
Y tocino, cocinar más
¿Crispy?
crispy, sí. ¿Qué es la palabra?
Crujiente.
Crujiente, sí, sí.
Muy bien. Ya
Muchas
vengo.
gracias. Okay, yesterday was an amazing day for my Spanish immersion. After I talked to you on camera, I just randomly sat down in the park and found some shade. If you didn't notice, I was sweating a little bit. It was humid, but not bad, same as in Iowa. So I sat down on a park bench next to another gentleman, older man, and asked him if I could share the bench with him. He said, no problem. So I sat down and ended up having probably a 45-minute conversation with him. He used to work in the tobacco fields in North Carolina, so he understood what the climate was there and here. And yeah, we talked about everything from living in Bucerias to there's a festival tonight and tomorrow night with dancing on the square and all kinds of fun. I had a woman come up to me randomly. We're walking opposite ways on the beach, and she stops for a conversation. It starts with Buenos Dias, and she noticed I had a little bit of pronunciation with my Spanish, so we began talking. She's a court-appointed translator for Spanish, so that's what she does for a living, which was great. So she gave me probably some of the best comprehensible input that I've had so far, because her pronunciation was amazing. She's from Guanajuato City, or Guanajuato Estado, the state, and you know, we talked about the state of Bucerias and how it's changing with the condominiums and the extranjeros, but we're also talking about how to buy land in area, and you know, to buy land that's not on the coast, but a little bit inland, because then you don't have to go through a trust. There's all kinds of tips that she was giving me. I also had two really good transactional opportunities where I had conversations buying tacos in the afternoon, or well, in the early evening, and was able to go back and talk about the beef tongue that they were cooking and calabaza, which is from the head of the cow. And he showed me what that looked like. I didn't get that, I got puerco. Adobo puerco. Yeah, it was really great. For breakfast, I had the same waiter, and he kind of knew what I wanted, but I did throw a trick question in there and had to ask him, do you know how much the horses cost to ride the horses? And he said he didn't know, but he checked, and then he came back just before I left and said, yeah, they're 250 to 300 pesos. So two good experiences there too. And then I had a great experience at Adriano's during the afternoon. I've been to the beach bar every day, and that's where the family lives. Marcela, Blanca, her sister, I only know as hermana. Her primo was there, prima. So I got to speak with them a little bit. It was a good experience. And plus, there's a random person always coming in for a beer that I will have a short conversation with about things, especially when they're not trying to sell me much. I really feel that all these hours that I've put in studying Spanish, and it's been a lot. It's been almost 1,300 hours of Spanish study, are really starting to pay off. The conversations I've been having on baseline are really starting to gel and ferment. The videos that I'm watching on training Spanish are really starting to take hold, and I have a good understanding of those. All in all, I'm having a good experience. Bucerias has been that experience that I've been looking for. This place is amazing. I'm not saying it's the only amazing place in Mexico, but I will fondly remember Bucerias as the place where I was able to really start to connect with people and enjoy conversations beyond simply the transactional level. I've had some great impromptu discussions with people just on the street. I've had some great experiences within restaurants and street-side taco vendors. I've had great experiences at bars and hotels. It's been simply lovely. The layout of Bucerias is great. This is a small community, especially if you stay on this side of the highway, the ocean side of the highway. But there's plenty to see and do. The art scene in Zona Dorada is amazing. I'd really be interested to see what Bucerias looks during high season. You know, of course, it's low season now, and there's a lot of places closed, and I think there's more that it can offer. But this is a great start to an experience here on this side of Mexico. Look, if you don't think you can learn Spanish because you're too old, I think you're simply wrong. I'm over 50 and I've been picking up Spanish over the past year and a half. There are methods that can accelerate your Spanish, and with this day of the internet, there's a lot of tools available for free. So if you didn't do well in high school Spanish and you think it's an indicator of your future success, you're wrong. You can rewrite your story anytime. And you can start learning language that's going to help you connect with people and places. But it all starts with one conversation at a time. And it can start right here in Bucerias, Mexico. Stop recording. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. As always, subscribe for more Mexico travel diaries.